They're trying to pull that outside lane back toward the front, but they are still mired.
Oh, got a spinner. Austin Hill, the 82. It looks like he got hit from behind.
Just hang on here.
And they keep crashing Ben Kennedy.
You're good down low.
Joe Nemechek, the 8.
Stay up high here.
Truck also involved.
See what happened here behind the truck 13 on the right side of your screen.
That's Austin on the outside of Cameron Haley.
Wow.
Just
did the left rear tire come apart? Watch Chris Fontaine. Look at that job. He was able just to slip by. That's using your brain, being calm, just steering through a wreck. Great job, Chris.
I think that left rear tire went on that 82 truck for Austin Hill.
I think I saw the sidewall come out of it as they entered the corner. What happened to Timothy Peters when all this went down? Oh, wow. They let off.
Wow. That's Justin Boston, the 54 truck for KBM, getting a lot of damage when he got into the one truck of Donnie Neuenberger.
Yeah, Neuenberger.
Oh. Right on the back straightaway, you're right, Mike. What happened to Ben Kennedy?
Well, Ben Kennedy looked like he had a tire down or something broken. Michael,
almost
everybody
stopped.
piled in.
James Busher, the 31, also involved in this incident. Ray Black Jr., the 07, maybe not a whole lot of damage. Ryan Ellis, the 28, gets caught by Daniel Hemrick.
What happened? Kennedy was slow up top, but that didn't really seem to have anything to do with the beginning of that crash.
Right at the bottom, right around where James Busher was.
Yeah, it's like an accordion effect. Once it looked like somebody slowed, and then they started running in each other.
You don't think someone ran out of gas, do you?
It's possible. Within a lap or two, I think, of these guys coming down pit road.
That's about the only thing that could have caused that. Crafton into the back of Custer, returning the favor. And there goes Matt Crafton through. Put the 88 on point as Cole Custer spins. 2 laps to go. Will there be a caution? Not yet. Custer is rolling.
He's going to stop there. I think they got to bring the caution out.
And the caution is out. Look at this move. Bam. Bam. Here I go.
Don't wreck no one. Bottom. Clear.
Matt Crafton knew what he was going to do when he caught Cole Custer, and that was put the bumper to him.
Cole Custer being scored in the 15th position. But what a day for the 17-year-old, not afraid to race with our 2-time defending champion and a guy that won the Daytona 500.
How did Eric Jones miss Cole Custer? Amazing. Flash by right there.
Spin it all the way around, all the way around.
Crafton sits right there, and we've got 2 together. Jesse Little in the 97 involved, and we got more contact deeper in the field. Townley involved. The 63 is in there with Justin Jennings. Mason Mingus was involved as well. Off of turn 2.
See, take another look at it. It looked like Mason Mingus was on the outside. Jesse Little looked like Toddy may have pushed up a little bit, had to chase his truck up the hill just a little bit.
Yeah, exactly, Phil. I think, he saw Mason slide up in the middle of the corner, and he wanted to take advantage of it. So he tried to drive down there, and Mason came down. At the same time, Jesse was pushing. Then he got air loose, sucked around, and there you go, both in the wall. That's one of those things at Dover. Jesse doesn't have a lot of experience. Yeah, there you go. No, it looked like he pushed up into him. But there again, he pushed. You got to know enough to roll out of the throttle and wait for the next lap.
We talked about being in trouble off the corner. It really happens into the center of the corner. That's a perfect case of that as Spencer Gallagher does a nice.
Reddick is right there with him. In fact, he's got a nose on him.
Clear.
He had some help.
Nemechek gets into Crafton, and Reddick is going to pull away. And the caution is out again. Here, and here's what happened as they went into 3.
See, John Hunter just drove it down in the corner, got a little bit loose, had to use a little bit of racetrack to catch it, and Matt was right there. Matt didn't crowd him, just a situation where John Hunter got a little bit loose. Tyler Reddick had already got in front of Matt Crafton. Man, what a tough break for Matt Crafton. There's the contact again right there.
And Custer and Sauter come through this. Sauter now up to 3rd after having that horrendous pit stop earlier.
These guys know that time is running out. We're approaching 10 laps to go. Look right side of your screen. Look how sideways John Hunter was, right up against the wall.
Oh, and there's the caution. Gallagher pounds the wall this time with the 23.
8 to go, and look, it's a 3-wide battle. Gallagher gets into John West Townley and turns himself sideways. There had to be contact from where he was spinning. And watch this thing turn left,
And
right, excuse me.
And I'm sure to Spencer, it felt like it picked up speed as it got to the outside wall there.
By the way, if you're looking for that CONCACAF soccer match, you can find it right now on Fox Sports 2, and we'll switch it over to Fox Sports 1 as soon as the checkers say. 5 to go. Problems. Huge hit for Kennedy. The 11 up on the safer barrier. Down off the wall it comes to a grinding halt in the middle of the racetrack.
See, he's racing on the inside of David Gillen. They make a little bit of contact. You see John West Townley was on the outside. He's going to run right into the side of him and kind of lift that truck up a little bit. Got into the catch fence. For the second week in a row, we've had a vehicle in the catch fence. But again, the catch fence did its job. It kept that truck down on the racetrack, and you see it riding along the top of the safer barrier.
When they got to turn 1, Phil, I think they were 3 wide, and Ben probably thought that's a difficult angle for the spotters to see as well. And I think that Ben probably thought, wow, look how close that truck comes to going over. Probably thought they were just 2 wide, and he had room to move up a little bit for the corner.
That's what it looked like.
That was incredible how that truck just...
If you're, say, Matt Crafton or maybe Kenny Schrader,
big
we got a
contact
crash.
on the back straightaway at the entrance to 3. John West Townley is involved. The 50 is involved of Knowles. The 35 of Erickson.
He maybe slowed down so much. See him down in the bottom. Oh, look, there was some contact there. It looked like Spencer Gallagher got into the 15 of Chad Boat. That's what started that.
Yep.
Wow.
Just caught the rear end of that truck.
Erickson was coming to pit road, and that's just a bad break.
Looks like Sean Corr involved too in the 80.
On dirt, this is so dramatic, so much heart, so much desire from those front 2 trucks.
Timothy did a slide job on John Hunter Nemechek and just overcooked it a little bit into the corner. Didn't quite make it. And Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick's going to make it 3 wide. Oh, Matt Crafton into the wall.
Our series points leader, Crafton and Brad Keselowski, both into the wall. And
This race winning 4 times.
Yeah, that's a little bit late. That's after Harvick jumped down there and made it 3 wide. Brad Keselowski with absolutely nowhere to go on the outside when Matt Crafton pinned him up.
3 wide going into 1.
Look at Timothy Peters down on the bottom.
Eric Jones going around. Caution is out. 4 wide just didn't work there.
Looked like Austin Dillon and the 4 of Eric Jones got together over there.
Jones gets turned around.
When Austin Dillon jumped to the inside. Now look, they're just going to run out of room there. Looked like Eric Jones came down, squeezed Austin just a little bit in that 33 truck.
Wow, Timothy Peters was so fortunate there. He barely slipped by the spinning truck of Jones. Watch this.
Ooh, he made contact. It would have turned
How did
Timothy.
he save that truck?
Wow, and a lot of damage to that right rear quarter of Timothy Peters. He's not able to do it. Austin's going to slide in 4th.
Oh, we got a crash behind these guys. Big crash.
Cody Coughlin, the Jags truck, into this. Ben Kennedy.
Try to come down pit road if you can.
See if we can take a look at what happens here. Look at bottom of your screen. The 54 gets a little bit loose, chases it up the hill, gets by Cameron Haley. Spencer Gallagher does an awesome job getting by. Tyler Young going around the outside. Ben Kennedy tried to go the same route. Unfortunately, Cody Coughlin came up the racetrack right in front of Ben Kennedy.
We talk all the time about how difficult it is to run that bottom without getting loose, and that was a great example of it. Cody probably never been in that position. It's time to go late in the race. Look at him. He dives to the bottom.
It's so inviting down there. He's got a whole lane down there. He knows he can go faster. Unfortunately, just lost that downforce. Caught Ben Kennedy up against the outside wall. 88 in the middle. We just talked about it. He's going to try to get in line behind Daniel Hemrick. Look at Austin Dillon. Wow.
Both those trucks around Kyle Busch. And look at Johnny Sauter. He's made his way into the battle.
It's a wreck. Crafton and John West Townley getting together.
There you go. Good save. Keep coming. There's debris over there. Just keep racing. We're still...
Turn 3, John West Townley gets loose on the inside, and then watch what happens from there.
This gets loose, has to chase it, runs up into Matt Crafton, turns him around. Look at the job Matt does here. Completely sideways up there with no grip.
Lap, see what happened. Racing alongside Reddick.
Cameron Haley on the outside. Ooh, just gave Spencer Gallagher.
Whoa,
Shot in the back end.
Looked like Gallagher tried to cover the spot that Haley was committed to. You can see Haley's trying to get to the outside.
Watch the back of this truck. And he gets air underneath it.
Remember, this is already the backup truck for the 23. They had to go to the backup in practice.
Speaking of the backup, wow, back of that truck up in the air.
You see the roof flap bouncing, but not coming up like it's supposed to.
And his trouble started in qualifying when he dug himself a deep hole. Lower to the high side, now we're in caution.
Now low or high.
Cameron Haley among those drivers involved in our first caution of the night, and the guy you just talked about. Go back and see the reason the yellow flag came out.
Yeah, I watched those guys. Watch Tyler Reddick there. You see the 13's up against the wall? Reddick has committed to the outside. Fortunately, the 13 rolled down just enough to give him room. Let's take a ride with Tyler Reddick as he goes down in turn number 1. You see him wrecking out in front of him.
Wow, that is tight.
Hard-headed.
He's up to the 6th. Oh, trouble! Right in front of our leader.
Race leader, Cole Custer, got into Spencer Gallagher, who had spun around with 41 laps to go.
Look at the damage on that 00.
Heavy damage. Let's watch it here.
Take a look at it. You see, that's the blue and yellow truck. See, Cole's right up against the outside wall. He just turns around right in front of him. And Caleb Holman said it best. Once you drive in the corner, it's not like you can jump on the brakes and just turn that truck left.
And the harder you jump on the brakes, which is your first instinct, the less it's going to turn. This truck just slides those front tires. And you can see he had no chance of missing that. At Bristol, every now and then there's wrecks that are unavoidable, and that was a case of that.
But did you see how high?
To decide the winner at Bristol.
These guys were battling for position. They made a little bit of contact. Ty Dillon and Ben Kennedy tying the 31 truck.
They were racing along in the 11th spot. Ben just nudged.
2 area.
Yeah, there he is. Just runs off the racetrack.
Wow.
Makes pretty good contact.
You think that was a flat tire?
Looked like it.
Custer, and they're making all kinds of contact. Through 1. Leaning on each other in 2, and around goes Custer.
He does a great job keeping it. Oh,
Man, that was Reddick. Reddick was way wide through 2. Just gets around Custer. We're still green. Let's go back and look at this.
Look, Taglani just doesn't leave him any room.
That's the second time in this race that he's kind of squeezed him out. See, Cole's going to drive it hard over that hump into turn 2. He gets loose right there. They make just a slight bit of contact. Couldn't hold it. And then Reddick came along as we get another look at it with a 00 going around, and he was hung on the outside, had to go around the outside of the 00.
We talk about that being a blind corner. When Reddick got there, I think he didn't know.
Contact right there.
Both of those trucks into the tire barrier.
Well, he was talking about problems here. Every pit road, and going over the double jump is the 15, just launching the truck into the sky is Mason Mingus. He got all 4 wheels off the ground. Watch how fast he came in here.
Just coming in too hot
on entry. I don't know if maybe the brakes didn't. It seemed like the brakes got to working good right before he hit the grass. Look at that thing ramp up in the air. A really difficult pit road to get to, Phil, because it's right way around the turn. So, but that wasn't even close.
Sure wasn't. A lot of damage to Mason Mingus's truck as well, as you see Timothy Peters go by.
Trying to look under Daniel Hemrick.
Reddick.
Caution.
That Tyler Reddick? Yes. Second spin of the day for.
Bottom here.
Wow. That
There
was
you go.
close.
Keep coming here now.
Let's take a look here.
Loose off.
Just got loose, just got in the throttle and got loose as he got up onto the straightaway. He's going to make contact with the inside safer barrier.
And the reason why it hasn't been disastrous, and watch this, Ruben Pardo barely sneaks to the inside. The reason, or excuse me, that's Jennifer Jo Cox. Shots by our Fox Sports 1 crew to show at ground level the way these trucks haul the mail off into the corner. Got a trouble up in turn 4.
Oh, and there goes Thierio hard into the wall. And that's Reddick in the 19 that had the problem that kicked it all off with Thierio as he comes grinding to a halt on the front straightaway after a huge, heavy impact here on the front stretch.
Man,
Watch as he comes through here.
There's Reddick,
Reddick,
high in
yeah.
turn 4, loose. Just about has his truck saved, and along comes Terrio. Look at that right front tire.
Yeah, really nothing Austin could do.
At all.
And Tyler Reddick, he was just fighting to regain control of his truck.
I don't know. We didn't see if anything maybe clipped Reddick and sent him sliding sideways. We just caught it as he was up there fighting for control of that truck. Saw him doing an amazing job hanging on to it. See Jennings down on the bottom.
He went up way high. Now, we haven't seen a whole lot of people run up that high. You see the dirt. Here comes Austin just trying to get by on the inside. Again, Reddick's just trying to regain control after being sideways up against the outside wall.
And with the problems that the 63 truck was having, it's so scary.
It's such a sick feeling for Tyler, watching his teammate turn go.
Charges back on the bottom.
Vince, how about the 98 of Sauter?
Oh, he crashed.
Together they go.
John Hunter
Damage.
Nemechek gets loose on the bottom, slides up into Sauter, and around they go. Well, it's pretty simple what happens. Sauter's up the hill. Nemechek gets loose and wanders up into him.
He just needs more space when he gets loose. He can't turn the steering wheel. He knows he's going to lose the back end. He moves up the racetrack, unfortunately, into the 98 of Johnny Sauter. Here's another view.
What a great angle this will be. You can see John Hunter tries to hook that bottom, but the truck wanders up right there, and they make contact. Just a couple of bobbles, and then the collision. Very aggressive right now. Timothy Peters is watching that 33 truck just bounce all over the place.
54, posted, pass-through penalty, pushing it. Here's the big one, down the back straightaway at Talladega.
Matt Crafton in it.
And he just knew it had to happen at some point. It was just too tight. There was too much pushing and shoving, and finally.
Oh, it looked like that. The Johnny Sauter truck, I think, was in the middle, and someone didn't know he was there.
Yeah, it was a 51 truck, Mike. It looked like he was on the top 3 wide there and started to come down over the cross of over the front of Johnny Sauter's nose, and that's really what triggered the whole accident.
Yeah, that 51 of Matt Tift got turned around riding backwards, saw damage for Tyler Tanner in the 63. Another look here.
See, there was Sauter right on the tailgate of the 51, and then look, Crafton just almost squeaked by the outside, but couldn't quite make it.
94 of Timmy Hill in that mix. We go on board with Tyler Reddick. What did he see?
This should give us a great view. You can see Sauter very aggressively up the middle.
Line up out there. You go,
There
buddy.
just wasn't
Get low,
room.
get low, get low. Keep coming there. Keep coming low, 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 low. Watch that 98. Caution's going to be out. Caution's going to be out. You're clear up. Great job.
On board with Matt Crafton.
Pushing, I believe. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Record. Stay straight, stay straight.
He
We got it,
just
Junior.
missed getting through there.
Yellow's on.
And
Yellow's on.
I like what
Yeah,
Crafton
those guys right
did.
in front of us.
He just
He's only 16 years old.
Wow. And that shows you how fast you go in that corner when you don't have any brakes to stop you.
Happy.
It was negatively banked to me.
hard into the outside wall, that truck went, and you know, we see these guys.
Little contact there. Caleb Holman drives it in. Cindric saves it somehow off the corner, but this is not going to work. 12th caution of the day. Multiple trucks involved on the back straightaway.
And Eric Jones was right in the middle of that and made it through it.
Battling.
You know, now our scoring monitor is reset. And Jones, who was being shown 10th after working his way through the problems on the back straightaway, being shown in the 13th position.
Well, I think it'll reset again.
And now it has.
Look at Eric Jones right there in the middle of those trucks.
Does he have damage, Phil? He was being squeezed on both sides. Wow.
Definitely has some damage, whether it's rubbing the tires or not, I don't know. See, Caleb Holman had a hole there. He dove in it on the inside of Austin Cindric. Austin did a nice job saving that truck, but then they came along too wide beside him on the outside. These trucks.
Guys, there's side-by-side battles all over the road.
Big problems here as the 33 of Jones spins around and collects a couple, including the 9 truck of William Byron. And the K&N Pro Series East champ is already into the wall here tonight.
The left rear. Watch Brandon Jones now go through the dog leg. Looked like Brandon maybe thought he was clear. Williams still had his nose up in there. They made contact, and it turned the 33 around.
Also, Cole Custer in there as well in the 00.
Yeah, I think pretty significant damage to him, too. See the big contact into the right side, and then he clips Byron. I think William just felt like he had the space to run on the outside of Brandon Jones, and Jones went up like he wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't think William had any idea that Brandon Jones was going to move up the racetrack. Gets into the 00 Cole Custer. That turns him back into William, or actually avoids William, but then Cole Custer, with nowhere to go, makes contact with William.
Watch the job Timothy Peters does here. The veteran just works.
Much like the very start of the race with Tyler Reddick on the outside of Eric Jones. Oh, he's got a spin.
Yes, we do, and we're going to pile it in, including Rico Abreu in the 31. The orange cone is involved as well, and this one, that's the second time in 2 weeks somebody's taken out the orange cone in the process.
Let's see if we can take a look at what happened to start this. Ooh, the 15 of Mason Mingus looked like he locked his brakes up, got into the 5 of Dalton Sargent, and Rico. Ben Kennedy also with a lot of damage in the 11. Nowhere to go.
And look just to the inside, slip Daniel Suarez. You can see the orange truck just ahead.
Wow.
Top 2 trucks, side by side as they go through 3 and 4.
They're together.
Oh, they're together. And there goes Sauter. Oh, man. Huge implications.
It looks like Eric Jones may be able.
You can just see right there the truck was up the hill. Jones had to make the corner, and then he slides down and takes out his teammate as well.
You know, Eric Jones made a little more severe contact with the outside wall than I initially thought. Looks like he bopped it pretty good.
It's just so hard to keep your truck on the bottom.
And this is hard racing here. There's absolutely no intent whatsoever, but you can see how hard that 4 got into that outside wall and how hard that Matt Crafton and Johnny Sauter got together.
And we're going to have a great race to the checkered here. You got from Dexter Stacy, and there just wasn't room, Phil, and around he goes.
They just realized the 1 was there, and he wasn't going to be clear, and he eventually had to turn that truck to the left, and when he did, he lost the back end. Watch John Hunter go by on the outside, right back into the lead.
And I'm telling you, John Hunter couldn't see anything. That smoke had him blinded, and he was just hoping that Suarez would clear right there.
I don't know what dance you were doing over there when we came back from break, but I would say John Hunter was doing something similar inside that 8 truck.
I was driving the 51 at that point.
We saw it develop.
You were as sideways as he was.
I had my chair all spun around.